You know, it's really interesting to me. Since I had...
It's funny because everybody always, tries to do well, you just said that about the world's biggest whore. What about your daughter now?
Yeah. Right? What about your mom? What about your sister? What about your daughter?
Daughters, and I have a bunch. People always say, when you get a daughter, you're going to change your opinions. No, I fucking didn't. When you have a daughter, you see these dudes and they have a daughter and like the daughter's putting makeup on and they're like, girl dad. Just because you have a girl doesn't mean you become gay.
I think that's cute though.
No, I'm never gonna she's never gonna put makeup on my face. I'm never gonna be like, oh, my daughter wants, so I guess I just do it. She melts my heart. No, you're gonna obey me because I am your parent and you are my child. And
that's what worked for ever until recently.
My child can't vote against me ever. That's civil war. That's against the rules that's against the just working of the universe.
That's like an authoritative head of the household. Like that's what you would expect
iron fist.
From. Yeah, rule with an iron
word
fist.
is the law.
That's the way that's the way my dad was. That's the way my granddad was. I mean, it's these soft men today that don't know how to rule their fucking house. And I get that it's tough because, happy wife, happy life outside and all that forces. Shit. A lot of guys are all pussified now.
Sir, for me to have a certain opinion and my own offspring to have countering opinion. They're not going to be sitting at some fucking dinner table in 20 years. My daughter or my sons, any of them, are going to be there arguing with me about anything. Actually, in school, I learned, you better shut the fuck up because you're in my fucking house. Yeah. My mansion is to take millions. You're living on my money. You're going to do as I fucking say.
Until they're 18 or they move out?
If they want to completely cut me off and build their own version of life, I guess they could do that, but they won't do that. That's impossible.
It's how you bring them up. Like when they're 18, yes, they're an adult, but it's how you brought them.
That's also another one of the reasons why him and Tristan have so many kids, right? Is because they don't want all their eggs in one basket. So they have so many kids with so many different women. It's like, I don't know how many kids they have. I'm going to estimate probably between Andrew and Tristan, maybe 8 to 15. They might even have. I was
going to say about a dozen, maybe more.
Yeah. I mean, over the years, they've told me about times when, there was one podcast that I was supposed to do with Tristan once, and Andrew had to sub in. And then he told me at the end, the reason why he was subbing in, this was like 5 or 6 years ago, was because Tristan was at the hospital because he was having a baby, delivered. So the whole point is just to diversify in it. It's like, okay, well, if a couple of them turn into, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, the vast majority of my
it's playing the Elon game.
Aren't psychopaths. Yeah, he's playing the Elon game. Exactly.
Of course.
Like my parents brought me
up.
Do you have
kids though?
No, I don't. No. But like my parents, everyone says my parents can't love me, my family must have disowned me. It's not the case. My family brought me up to be independent and live my best life, how I want to live. And as much as people think that is so shameful, that's disgusting, like my life's become so much better and I'm happy. As much as people think I should be scarred, I should kill myself and everything else, it's like, I am happy. I genuinely live a much better life. So my family are nothing but proud of me. So
are you really happy?
Really, really happy. Happy
when you're alone, you're happy.
She's not voting.
Happy
She's great.
Most of
this
the
is
time.
what we need. Do you want to be prime minister or not really?
No.
See, done, bro. This is it. This is what we need in society. Honest about their sex work, because all women out here are sex working anyway. When's the last you've been in Dubai recently?
Yeah.
Find a woman who ain't sex working. That is a challenge, sir. $1 million to find a woman who ain't living off a man, because that is sex work. You giving sex and she's giving you money. That's the game. I tweeted.
It's actually so true. I've never thought of it like that.
I tweeted
when
this.
people are boyfriend and girlfriends,
it's sex work.
The time, they do a low paid job, not got the education to do anything better. So and they're having sex with the partners, keep them interested. The partner's paying the bills. It's a sex work with one client.
100%. I said this. I tweeted it, and the whole world lost its mind because you know me. I'm a provocateur. But I said, yeah, women are sex workers. You can either have a bunch of customers with OnlyFans, or you can have one customer called a husband or boyfriend, or you can be ugly, and unfortunately, then you got to get a job. But if you're pretty enough, you don't do that. You find a boyfriend or a husband or a sugar daddy, whatever you want to call him, and he's paying your bills. Go to Saint-Tropez, Monaco, Cannes, go to Miami, go to Dubai, go to Hong Kong, go to any of these cities and find a beautiful woman and ask her job. She either doesn't work because her boyfriend takes care of her, or she has some bullshit vanity project which loses money that her husband pays for.
Yeah.
Owns a flower shop that loses money each month.
Nail salon.
Independent. Bullshit. Women are only ever been sex workers. Women have only ever translated their pussy into money, or pussy into provision, or pussy into protection. That's all women have ever done. Let's talk about the ancient days. When the ancient whoever's, the tribe, got conquered by another tribe. You're sitting around, there's 100 men, there's 100 women, the 100 men go out to war,
right.
They lose, the conquering tribe comes and takes over the ground, takes over the women. What do the women do? Here's some pussy, don't kill me. Please.
It's not 1,500 anymore.
No, but it doesn't matter. That's all they've ever done. And I'm telling you now, you watch Hunger Games and there's fucking Katniss Evergreen running around with her bullshit fucking bow and arrow. When World War III finally comes, you're just going to see a whole bunch of women hooking. That's all they're going to do. They're like, shit, World War III, I need money. I need a man who can protect me. Here's some pussy. Anyone?
I would have fucked Hitler to survive.
Of course. Women will fuck anyone to survive. Look at.
I don't know if you heard what she said there, but she said, I would have fucked Hitler to survive.
Look at France in World War II. You hear about the war brides? They all had their heads shaved. You know about this? Oh.
Okay, listen to this very carefully. He's going to explain the war brides concept.
This is for real.
Mentioned this many times. It's absolutely true.
No, I'll tell you. The Nazis kicked the fuck out of all the French. Then the Nazi soldiers turn up to Paris. Nazi soldiers have money. Average French man, he either lost in war, lost a leg, and has no money. He's a brokey. The Nazi guy, he's got money. He's got the German Deutschmark. He's got a nice uniform. He's a winner. All the French women were fucking the Nazis. They killed their husband. They're fucking the next guy a year later. Why? Because he can provide, he can protect. They give him status. They get to go out and party. They all had their heads shaved afterwards once the Americans kicked the Germans out of France.
I would have been bold straight away.
Well, there you go. This is what women do. Women say, okay, let me look at the world. I'm not as strong as a man. I'm not as determined as a man. I'm not as intelligent as a man. I can't do any of these things men can do. What's the one differentiator I have? Pussy. So let me turn my pussy into what I want. That's not a bad thing. That's just understanding the world. Yeah. Right?
Do you think this is a positive message for society?
I'm not here giving any messages. I am a commentator, sir.
I say it's factual.
I'm a commentator, sir. I see I'm not playing football. I'm commentating on the game. That's all I'm doing.
And people are listening to you.
Well, they're listening to me commentate. I'm telling everyone how it works.
Everything we've said you've learned in history at school. Everything we're saying is factual.
We're not what would you learn in history at school about?
Well, I really listen to much at school, but yeah, I learned at school that people had their head shaved.
Yeah.
Like you learn about what happened at the war, and that happened. That's factual. You didn't ever learn at school, oh, the women went to war. No, of course they didn't. They stayed at home. They cooked. They had the house.
The funny thing is even if they taught the kids why, what happened during World War II and the Nazis came in and the women had their heads shaved after the war ended, they never explained to the kids why. They never explained to the kids why these women were banging the Nazis after the French were kicked out.
It's just something that happened. And then they go, oh, wow, that's interesting. And they're on to the next thing. Right. Yeah. Just like they don't teach Evo Psych to anybody that wants to get a clinical psychologist degree.
House ready. Like it's stayed the same. Everything we're saying is factual.
Yeah, like Rob, what have I said that's incorrect? And the reason I'm saying all these things is to highlight how it's awfully hypocritical for anybody in modern Western society, anybody who believes in women's liberation, anyone who believes women should be allowed to vote, anyone who believes in women are allowed to lead a country, anyone who listens to their wife's stupid opinions on anything, to give Bonnie a second of hard time. Just because it's all the same thought pattern. It's all the same thought process. If you're a man who says, I have a wife and we got married when she was a virgin and she doesn't vote and she obeys me absolutely and I'm the king of this household, then maybe you could have an opinion. But if you're going to sit there and go, oh, my wife has a past, but I love her anyway, then fucking shut the fuck up. And that's 99% of men.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, do you understand that about 3 times a week I see a woman I've plowed get married on Instagram? Do you understand? I see it. I see the man walking down the aisle holding her hand, doing the whole humiliation ritual. I see the whole thing. He got on one knee. And I just watch it. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though.
No, but there is.
But why? Like,
because I know what happened that night.
People
so it is.
Well, are you under investigation for things like that?
Give a fuck.
All right, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.